The 19th century was a century full of extremely odd and extremely interesting findings. Numerous excavations created a lot of mysteries about the past of this world. Let me explain. These are specimens of giant skeletons found in the Nevada desert inside the Lovelock cave. The skulls in this image are about double the size of the average human skull. And this is an abnormally large mummified human finger found inside the pyramids of Egypt. Its size is about 11 inches or 28 centimeters. In fact, there have been a lot of excavations during the 20th century that report the existence of human skeletons with huge proportions. Are these reports trustworthy? Could giants actually have existed in the past? And if not, then why are giants mentioned in every ancient civilization and every holy book? Well, the answer is not clear at all. If we investigate giants and their role in various cultures, we meet striking similarities from all the places around the world. After reading some Greek, Hindi, Basque, and Irish mythology, one thing became clear. There exists one common belief, that giants existed in the past and were holy. Giants were believed to be so holy in some mythologies that they were even considered gods. In Greek mythology, for example, the giants were an aggressive race of gods that tried to overthrow their father. In the end, the giants got murdered by the Olympian gods with the help of Heracles. The giants are also mentioned in the Bible. Genesis 6:4. In those days, and for some time after, giant Nephilites lived on the earth. For whenever the sons of God had intercourse with women, they gave birth to children who became the heroes and famous warriors of ancient times. The Nephilim are mysterious beings or people in the Hebrew Bible who are described as being large and strong. The Hebrew word Nephilim is sometimes translated as giants and sometimes taken to mean the fallen ones. Their origins are disputed. Some view them as offspring of fallen angels and humans. Another giant mentioned in the Bible is Goliath, Samuel 17:4. A champion named Goliath, who was from Gath, came out of the Philistine camp. His height was 6 cubits and a span. 6 cubits are equal to 3 meters, or 9.8 feet. Goliath was about double the size of the average ancient person. Could he have been a child of a fallen angel? After all, their children were famous warriors of ancient times. Nobody knows for sure, though one thing is clear. It was common knowledge in the ancient world that giants used to coexist with humans. However, all of this simply cannot be considered as undeniable evidence that giants existed. Our first serious evidence starts in West Virginia, where incredible discoveries were made in old burial mounds. Jack Parsons, back in 1774, found giant skeletons, sparking the legend of Giant Town. Reports of giants up to 8 feet tall continued into the 19th century. And it wasn't just a one-time thing. In 1959, Dr. Donald Dragoo found a 7-foot 2-inch skeleton. Were these giants real or just myths? Our next destination is Lovelock Cave in Nevada. Miners in 1911 found over 40 human skeletons, some unusually large, between 7 and 8 feet tall. What's fascinating is that the miners also found giant-sized artifacts, like huge sandals that were even kept in a museum. But the story of the Lovelock Cave gets even weirder. A woman named Sarah Winnemucca, who was a descendant of the chief of the Paiutes, reports the battles her people faced against a race of red-haired giants known as the Saidukar. She described the story as a historical event that she remembers and not as a myth. She claims that it was a real battle that lasted for 3 years. The giants ended up trapped inside the Lovelock Cave, where the Paiute people put fire to the entrance, and the giants had no choice but to be burned alive. The red hair found in the cave matches the Paiute story, making it even more intriguing. Were these giants more than just legends? The Paiutes believe this to be a historical truth. People might dismiss them as just folklore, but, again, who's to say that it didn't happen? Sarah Winnemucca, the woman telling the story about the red-haired giants, kept some of that hair for herself and even wore it in some of her speeches. Now, let's shift our focus to ancient Egypt. About 50 years ago, a massive finger was found, measuring 28 centimeters or 11 inches. Some reports suggest that the asset to which it belongs is at least 5 meters or 16 feet tall. Some believe it could be linked to the Nephilim, giants mentioned in the Bible. If you enjoyed this video, you might also enjoy one of those. Don't forget to drop a like or even subscribe.